And now if you've been wondering how 50 crores in cash was smuggled into just a couple of residences, we've now exclusively accessed information on how Partha Chatterjee's aide, Arpita, managed to hide nearly 50 crore rupees in cash in her flats without being detected so far. Now, the bags of cash were stashed inside cupboards. The cash was wrapped in white paper and tape to evade detection. Packets with the 2,000 rupee denomination were present, as we've shown you. The cash packets were stashed behind many layers of clothes. That's how they were discovered, we are told. Cash bundles of about 50 lakh rupees each was stashed behind the clothes. Jewelry worth about 4.31 crores was kept in lockers inside the residence. And there was a West Bengal government envelope also containing a few lakh rupees in cash. So these are the detailed breakup pieces of data of how Arpita Mukherjee, allegedly in collusion with Partha Chatterjee, the sacked minister, and Mamata Banerjee's close aide, was hiding such a monumental amount of cash. 500,000 500 rupee notes, 1,25,000 2,000 rupee notes, lots of gold jewelry, all stashed in cupboards, wrapped in white paper and tape, and hidden behind clothes in a series of cupboards. That's how this stuff was actually discovered by the Enforcement Directorate when India Today first broke those images last Friday. Arpita Mukherjee and Partha Chatterjee continue to be in Enforcement Directorate custody for at least the next few days. His sacking of as Minister of West Bengal makes his situation even more precarious. It looks like, as Indrajit Kundu was just telling us, that his membership of the Trinamool Congress is also likely to be taken away from him in a few short minutes or hours from now. We're sensing that the rug is being pulled out from one of the closest ministers to Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee has gone into full crisis damage control mode. She says her party is a very strict party, even though they took 6 days to sack a minister from whose friend's house they've, the ED has recovered 50 crore rupees in just the last few days. So we leave it for our viewers to decide how strict that actual party is. But let's go across to India Today's Munish Pandey, who's been leading a crack team of reporters who've been bringing us and breaking every layer and every angle and twist and turn of this saga. Remember, it was Munish who broke those first images last Friday, 6 days ago, of that monumental mountain of cash. Munish, Partha Chatterjee axed as minister. What next as far as the Enforcement Directorate investigation is concerned? But before we come to that, Munish, you've brought us details of how this cash was actually, stealthily taken into those houses and then hidden in that very expert kind of manner.
As far as the investigation into this case is concerned, what sources within the Enforcement Directorate have told India Today that not only Partha Chatterjee, but there are several TMC leaders who are under scanner of the Enforcement Directorate. At least in next 1 week, 2 persons are going to be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. There are several people linked to Partha Chatterjee who are being summoned. Their statements have been recorded. But as far as the evidence is concerned, remember, Shiv, the Enforcement Directorate was acting on this case since there was a order from the Calcutta High Court to act on this case. But after those raids, the amount of cash they recovered, and especially the envelope belonging to the Ministry of Partha Chatterjee, it was a clinching evidence for the Enforcement Directorate. And when they started recording statement of Arpita Mukherjee, she is the one who first confessed that this money belongs to Partha Chatterjee. So as far as their investigation is concerned, they are quite confident that they have got the right guy, and soon they will be arresting many more people in this case. Now, as far as how this money was being hidden into those apartments, remember, 2 apartments belonging to Arpita Mukherjee have been raided by the Enforcement Directorate in last 1 week.
Yeah.
In the first apartment of Arpita Mukherjee, the money was kept in the cupboards only in one room, and that room was kept completely locked. No one was allowed to go inside apart from Arpita Mukherjee. But in the second flat, this money was kept in a very tidy and neat manner, packed in a envelope, white color envelope, looking like a parcel in a very cheap bag. I know the officers who raided those premises, they have told me that they even didn't suspect that there could be such a huge amount of cash lying in those cheap bags.
Yeah.
But there were certain lockers also. The ED had to, break those lockers, and then they recovered not only 50 crore cash but also.
So
gold worth
Munish, are you saying it's possible that the Enforcement Directorate could summon or possibly even arrest other members of the government or the Trinamool? That's a possibility?
There is a very high possibility issue, and this is something which I've been told by a very, very senior officer of Enforcement Directorate. What ED is claiming at this point of time is that Partha Chatterjee is one of the person who was involved in this entire recruitment scam. But after this recovery of cash, after recording several statements, they have got lead of other scams also in the government. They will follow the lead, but only in the teachers recruitment scam, they have come across several people who are still part of the government. There are several leaders of TMC who are still active, but they might have played a very important role as far as this entire scam is concerned. So there is a high possibility that many people connected to the TMC party, there are many people connected to Partha Chatterjee. They will not be only questioned, but also they might be arrested in coming days.